Over £6 billion was invested into the UK alone in the last quarter. That's more than the whole of continental Europe combined. It's many magnitudes where we were 5 years ago. And if you look at the scale that companies are getting to, people often criticise the UK for having companies which sold out too early. They went to the US too early. But actually, you look at the scale now, we have companies raising at £1 billion valuations, £10 billion valuations. There may even be a £100 billion private company announced soon. So overall, it's really robust. The challenge, of course, with everything is keeping that momentum going in the right direction. And obviously, that's what we're doing at Balderton and what I've been doing with government as well.
What does the UK AI Sovereign Fund role in that? What is the role that that fund plays in that? £500 million. How significant is that really, given the huge amount of capital that we're seeing invested, particularly in the US?
Yeah, so I was brought in as chair to set up the Sovereign AI Fund over the last 6 months, and we've launched, and we've had incredible interest from industry. It's been really reassuring to see technologists, entrepreneurs, and investors give us huge amounts of support. Our goal is to help more UK AI successes scale globally, right? As mentioned, we're great at starting these companies. We're great at getting them going. We've struggled historically to scale them. That is starting to change, but there's two big levers we want to get right with sovereign AI, because we believe AI is a different industry compared to many other areas of technology. It's so significant and so general. One of those areas is making sure government is a supporter. And I think many entrepreneurs will say historically, government's provided more challenges than it has support. We're trying to change that. Partly we're trying to change that with capital. But to be honest with you, it isn't really about the capital. The capital is there to make sure the taxpayer has a stake and gets rewarded when these companies go well. It's really about the other things government can do to make companies a success. That's procurement, that's providing data, that's providing lots of different expertise of navigating the very large infrastructure that the government has here in the UK. And look, it is an ambitious project. It's taking risks. And that's something else we want to bring in to the heart of government. And I think, one of the things I have noticed is we get criticism. Anything you do in government rightly gets criticism. But we're here talking in a week where SpaceX is likely to go public. SpaceX's first contract was about 20 years ago from the US government. It was about $300 million contract, and that's resulted in huge capabilities. The US now has more launch capabilities than any other country in the world, and it was done by a great entrepreneur and a great team, but it was a government procurement contract that got that company going. At Sovereign AI, we hope we can replicate just a small part of the success that other countries have had in this kind of way.